What's going on? This is Ryan with Automatic Comics, and I wasn't planning on doing another unboxing this soon, but I picked up this book recently. There's actually a couple books in here, but there's one. It's a big upgrade to one of my keeper books. Really excited about, and I did not want to keep it in the box any longer. So stay tuned to see what that upgrade was, as well as another Marvel book that I think you should pick up if you can find it. Alright, so before we get started, please remember to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this. So, like I said, was not planning on doing another unboxing this quickly, but I didn't want to leave this one in the box any longer than I had to. I bought a few books from the seller. For some reason, I can't remember what the third one is. One of them is a Marvel book that I really think, if you can find this book, I mean, it's tough and it is not cheap, but if you can find it, recommend picking it up. The other one is this upgrade to one of my keeper books. And so that's one of those questions I often get is, what are those books that are on my keeper list? What are the types of books that I collect? And one of the ones is in this box. Now, you also might notice that the lighting is different. My little ring light died, and so I bought this new one, and it is like the sun. It's staring at me. I got one of these really big ring lights, and it is really bright. so we'll see how that lighting works. Maybe I have to adjust it in some future videos. But okay, so gonna get into this. The book that's the upgrade is a graded book, and it is actually a CBCS book. And so that's something, you know, I know it's always it's kind of like a hot topic, or a divisive topic, and I've mentioned this a number of times. Like, I buy CBCS books. I don't care. I mean, especially for what this is, which is a rare or rare-ish, we'll say, Golden Age book. A big key, and the seller packaged this one really well. So very happy with that. And so I'll do the raw books first, and then I'll do the slab. The raw book, I mean, one of the ones in here is actually, it is a big book. It is a Marvel key, and it's one that, I mean, it's not easy to find. You can find them on eBay, that kind of thing. They'll be up for sale, but they're getting expensive now. But I think it is a book that is going to get much more. Oh, that's the other book I bought. All right, they're going to get much more expensive. So it's actually two Marvel keys that I think are both good to pick up. And take a quick look at this one first. Looks really nice. So the first one, and this is a book I think is great to pick up, especially with how expensive the first appearance, second appearance, everything, origin story for this character is, and that is Marvel Superheroes number 20. And so this is actually a book I have 2 other copies of now, I think. I think this is an awesome Doom book to own. It is much more affordable. It's getting pricier as you get to higher grades, because it's got this square-bound spine, and this one actually has a spine split down at the bottom, and so that's one of those things. That's what this book gets, and that's what tends to kill the grade in it, and why you have a lot of books that are down in the 6 and lower grade, which is around where this one is, kind of around a 5, maybe 5.5, something like that. But if you can get a nicer copy, like in the 7s or 8s, they get pricey really quick. But still, I think this is one of the best Doom covers, especially, at least from the Silver Age, one of the best Doom covers that's out there, if not the best Doom cover that's out there. Just an incredible cover for him. That seller on eBay, or on Instagram, Cornerboxed, he made a cutout, that was lit from behind of this cover. It looks awesome. I recommend going and finding them on Instagram. He does some awesome stuff. But he actually made that. Oh, you can't see it down there. But I showed it in a prior video. It's like a Gambit cutout from X-Men 266. But this one, definitely a book I think is worthwhile to pick up. It will continue to go up, especially if we see Doom. Second book. This is the Marvel book, I think. If you can get a copy of this, do it. And this is Fantastic Four number 3. And so this is the first time you see the Fantastic Four in their costumes. It's also the first appearance of things like the Fantastic Car. It's also got the 2 left hands of the Human Torch on the cover. So you can see he's it was a mistake in the drawing. He has two left hands there. But so from the seller, this was, it's a really nice presenting copy. He said it looks, kind of in the set, like the very fine range, fine to very fine range, but it has two big spine splits, one at the top and one at the bottom. And that's what made this book much, more affordable, still expensive, but more affordable. And, I really like those books that are going to be a little bit lower grade, but present really well. And I mean, you can tell, like, this is a really, really nice presenting copy. It's got a couple little spine ticks, that kind of thing, but a beautiful copy of this book. So this is the other tough thing with this one. It is the lowest census count book of the early Fantastic Four books. There's less than Fantastic Four 1, Fantastic Four 2, 4, 5. There's a very low census count book, and so that's one of the other things that adds to its value, especially as grades get higher. I did have a 6.0. I sold it earlier this year, and so I was happy to be able to pick up another one. Now, for the big book, the upgrade that I picked up, because I mean, the FF3, that's a pretty big book, but this is a bigger one. And if you are familiar with my channel, you know that my favorite books to buy are Golden Age Batman. And that is what this is. This is an upgrade to one of my Golden Age Batman, keeper books that was on my not for sale list. It's, like I said, it is a CBCS. Man, it really is a beautiful copy of this book. The seller said, it may even have a chance to press higher. He said it didn't look like it had been pressed. And I agree, it's got a little spine roll and everything. But I'll stop hiding it. So this is Batman number 42. I'll back up a little bit so you get the full picture. And so this is the first cover appearance of Catwoman in the Batman title. Her first cover appearance was in Detective Comics 122. We'll throw a picture of it up there. But I don't want more people to know about that book or go after it, because that is one that I would love to get. I do not have a copy of that book, but it keeps getting more and more expensive. But you can see CBCS 5.0, white pages, and just, a gorgeous copy of this book. Like there are a couple little things, there's some creasing up here and in that corner, and then there's a little crease down in this corner, and then a little bit of, some staple tears, a couple little staple tears, and a little bit of rusting, looks like on the staple. But let's see, you can see the bends and things there. It really doesn't look like it's been pressed. This is the back cover, and it's got a crease in the corner up there, but you can see that spine roll. So that's where you can see, the edges of the pages, how they're flared out. So that generally will tell you that this hasn't been pressed. But I mean, this is a stunning copy of this book. Like just beautiful. Like you do not see this book that looks this nice, like, hardly ever. So when I picked this one up, once it arrived, I decided I was going to sell my existing copy. And so there were actually a number of people that I posted on Instagram, and there were a number of people that wanted it. This is my 1.8 that I had. And it's one of my 1.8s. One of my, I always get those 1.8s, and it's a really nice presenting copy from the front cover. The slab is scratched and beat up. The previous owner didn't take great care of it. I did not do this to the slab. But on the back, you can see it's missing a little piece out of the corner, but still a very nice presenting 1.8. And but if you want to blame the person that took this, you can go check out his channel. It was it was Geek Aficionado. He's also a Batman collector, and he ended up picking up this book from me. And but the only reason I let that one go was because I was able to get this as an upgrade. And I mean, just the colors on this thing they're just stunning. It is a really nice looking book. I'm not a fan of this older style of CGC slab. I like the new CGC slabs. I think they're pretty nice. I don't like these ones that have the little like clips and stuff on them. But like I've said, it's not the slab, it's not the plastic that you're buying. You are buying, especially when you're talking Golden Age books, you are buying the book inside. And so if you can evaluate that book and you say, yeah, that looks like 5.0 or better in either grading company, then you should be happy to pick it up, and you shouldn't worry about what case it's in. I mean, when it's something that's this uncommon, that's this rare, that you can, get lucky enough to come across, don't worry about the case that it's in. I always think that that's kind of crazy how that often happens, where they sell for a huge discount even with rare Golden Age books, and that was not the case here. This was this was not a cheap one. It was still a pretty expensive book, but very, very happy with this, to have this upgrade. Hope to at some point pick up a Detective Comics 122 to kind of like go next to it, to have those first 2 cover appearances in each issue. But yeah, so that's my big upgrade for my Batman Golden Age Batman collection of books. These are the other 2 that I picked up in this purchase. I really do recommend trying to get both of them. The easier one, obviously, to find and pick up is the Marvel Superheroes number 20. This run is actually just stacked with keys. You've got 20 for this, this Doom story, first appearance of Valeria Doom. You've got 18, which is the first appearance of the Guardians of the Galaxy. You've got 12, which is first Captain Marvel. 13, which is the first Carol Danvers. I mean, just tons of great keys in this run. And then this book, Fantastic Four number 3, again, another book that's getting really pricey, but if you can pick up a copy of it, I see this is a book that has a lot of room on it, especially with the low census count. So, if you enjoyed this video, if you saw some cool books, maybe got some ideas for books to pick up, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this. I've got more videos over here if you'd like to see some of my other videos, and the subscription button right here if you'd like to subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.